When we think of seafood or fish, we often think of a great healthy meal, or at least I do. While that can be true, there is a downside to seafood, however. Microplastics. Let's get into it. Why is there microplastics in fish? Well, there is a ton of plastic waste entering the ocean, even from fishing itself. These plastics then degrade into microplastics and enter the fish when they are feeding. But the exposure doesn't stop there. A lot of fish are then processed in facilities that contain more plastics, and then they are stored in plastic. The seafood that tends to have the highest level of microplastics are mollusks. This is because they are bottom feeders that filter large amounts of water to get food, which means they pick up a ton of microplastics that are floating around. The fish that tend to have the highest amount of microplastics tend to be small pelagic fish, such as sardines, anchovies, or herring. While I just mentioned those three fish, here is a more comprehensive list of some other species that contain a lot of microplastics. Microplastics in fish are a concern because they can expose our bodies to chemicals that lead to endocrine disruption and even increase cancer risk. But fear not, there are steps you can take to reduce these harmful chemicals. Opt for fresh fish whenever possible. Prepare your fresh catch at home where you can control how it's cleaned and cooked. Choosing fish muscle and fillets instead of consuming fish whole. Try to limit fish that tend to filter and ingest more microplastics, such as sardines, anchovies, and herring, and instead choose larger fish from deeper waters like cod, haddock, or trout, which have been shown to retain fewer microplastics in their edible muscle tissue. Limit shellfish, such as mussels, oysters, and scallops. To learn more about microplastics in seafood, how it gets there, and how to avoid it, visit millionmarker.com and read our blog, Microplastics in Seafood, which fish have the most microplastics. And we'll see you next time. Be sure to ask questions in the comments below and tell us what your favorite seafood is.